Are you trying to figure out why individuals with dyslexia struggle with time management? I have struggled for years, and today I have 5 reasons why time management is so hard for individuals with dyslexia. My name is Kathleen, and I'm a dyslexic here to help other dyslexics. I also help parents better understand dyslexia, what it is, what it isn't, so we can lead better, more fulfilling lives. So let's go ahead and get into this video. Today, I am sharing 5 reasons why time management is so difficult for individuals with dyslexia. That's right. It is one of those things that is actually a hidden disability of dyslexia. That's right. Most of the time, people don't realize that as an individual with dyslexia, that we struggle with more than reading, writing, and spelling. In fact, sometimes, and most of the time, we also struggle with executive functions, and time management happens to be one of those. And so if you are trying to figure out why getting projects done or trying to figure out how to sequence a project or anything like that is hard for you, then today we are going to cover why that is. And it really does boil down to the way we think and how we think. So let's go ahead and cover those. So the first reason why is that we have poor short-term memory. That's right. Most of the time, individuals with dyslexia have less working memory. So let's go ahead and break down what exactly that means. Whenever we do this, working memory is kind of the memory that we've got going on. And think about it as putting sticky notes. And so most individuals have 7 sticky notes that they keep information in their head at all times. Individuals with dyslexia have less sticky notes. We have anywhere from 3 to 4. So that's 3 less sticky notes than everybody else, 3 to 4. And we have to keep that information. So when we're trying to remember and keep that information fresh because we're scared that we're going to lose it, we lose and we don't get as much done. So when we struggle with time management, we are also having working memory issues. So that is the first reason why time management can be difficult. The second one is that we have problems with organization. That is right. Individuals with dyslexia can either be over organized and we have a place for everything and it's perfect and everything works, or we are under organized and nothing is organized. And these can totally coexist with us together, which is very true because I have to have a specific place for everything. And if it does not find its way back into that spot, I can't find it. So most of the time I am constantly searching for my keys. I'm constantly searching for my cell phone. I am constantly searching for things that don't get put back in the spot I assign them to be. And I've noticed that my organization skills are even worse now that I am married and I have a child, because my husband does not put the things back in the spot that I assigned to it. He puts them somewhere else and I randomly find it and I get so frustrated and irritated because it's not in its spot. Or when I need to go get it, I try and run and go get it and try to be there and it's not there. And that is just so frustrating. And so with this organization, we are either way over organized or we are way under, and they coexist. And so most of the time, I am constantly searching for new ways to keep things organized and looking for information. So if that is you, time management can also be an issue. The third reason time management can be an issue is we struggle with planning. That's right. We don't think in details. We think more long-term strategic planning. So we're not so detail oriented. So when it comes to breaking things down into more manageable tasks and easier to do, that's just something we don't think. Our heads just don't think like that. Our brains don't process that information. Coming up with the little task is hard because we are more big picture thinkers and we're always thinking outside the box and thinking that way. And so when it comes time to do specific task, little tasks to make the project easier, it becomes harder and harder because we can't break those tasks down. We just want the entire thing done, where other people can go in and break it down and be like, okay, we're going to do this. Now we're going to do this. Now we're going to do this. And we put it all together, and that's the big project. And so sometimes when we're thinking about these big projects and we don't break them down into the task, it becomes very hard. And so time management is definitely affected here because we're thinking just huge projects and not little individual tasks. Reason number 4 that time management is so difficult is because we struggle to process information. That's right. Sometimes we get so much information, we get overwhelmed. And taking that and breaking it down has been linked to time management. So when we take in this information, sometimes we become overwhelmed because there's just so much information, like a big project. And we're having a hard time absorbing that information and making it work for us. So when we can't break the information down, or when we can't understand the information, then it makes it really hard to get things done. Reason number 5, time management is so difficult is because we have a hard time sequencing information. That's right. We think start, finish, but all the steps to get to that finish line, sometimes we don't know exactly how to put them in order and what is the best way to put those in order. So sequencing can be very hard for us. And when we take that information and we go from 0 to 60 very quickly, sometimes things are lost and sequences don't happen. So when we try to sit down, and sometimes we need help in figuring out sequencing and figuring out what order things should be put in, makes it much easier for us. And so once somebody else helps us with the sequence and what order we should do these, it becomes much easier. So there are the 5 reasons time management is so difficult. Poor short-term memory, having issues with organization, having difficulty planning, having difficulty processing the information, and difficulty with sequencing. Those are the 5. But I also want you to remember that time is a linear concept. And many individuals with dyslexia do not enjoy linear thinking. We enjoy other type of thinking, like abstract thinking, thinking outside the box. And so when you start putting constraints on that, we have a hard time. And time management is falling under that linear thinking, which is where we struggle. So the problem is when we do this and we struggle with time management, it ultimately leads to reduced self-esteem, anxiety, and confusion for us, which really does reduce our self-esteem and really does not make us feel like valued, and it frustrates us, and we spend so much time trying to figure out what it is. And I know because I've been there and I've been stuck. And unfortunately, time management is difficult for individuals with dyslexia. So unfortunately, time management is difficult for individuals with dyslexia. It is one part most people don't realize because we suffer in silence. And most of the time we don't talk about it. This is one piece that I have forced myself to talk about because I still suffer sometimes. And so I'm here today to tell you that we need to change this, that we need to change how we are going about doing this, that we no longer need to suffer in silence because we are struggling with time management. I have spent years researching time management and coming up with things to make life easier. And when I sat down and did market research and learned that I wasn't the only one that was struggling with this, I knew that I needed to figure out a way to make this easier for everybody. And so I have created time management solutions for dyslexia. And it is a workshop that is coming out very soon, and I can't wait to share that with you. And I would love it if you would use the link below and sign up for the VIP list. This way you get early, exclusive access to this content and this training. This training has information I've never talked about when it comes to time management. And I've taken it and breaking it down into 5 different sections. So this way we talk about planning. We talk about 5 different things that you need to create your own custom time management plan. Because I know for me, how many trainings have I been to and everybody's like, this is what it is. This is my system. This is how it works for me. Boom, 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 boom. Do these things. Half the time they don't work, right? You've been there, I'm pretty sure. And so what my training is different because I've taken all those strategies from every single person and I've put them together in categories. And this way, if one thing works for you, then you're going to grab it and you're going to use it. But if it doesn't work for you, you're going to leave it there and you're not going to implement it. And the best part is if you take and do this and it doesn't work the way you want, you can come back, rewatch the training, and create a different custom plan. So I invite you to go ahead and sign up for the link below and get early access to Time Management Solutions for Dyslexia, which is a training on a totally different level designed specifically for individuals with dyslexia. Thank you so much for watching this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.